Hey, you're watching Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Elisa. I'm here to do another reading. I'm going to start with this, using a whole bunch of different decks today. Just because I'm in a different spot and I have different decks here. And I wasn't really planning on doing a reading, but it's been a while and I'm like, you know what? I feel like I have one in me right now. So here we go. Start here. I'm just going to maybe do a split on this deck. Okay. Oh my gosh, crazy. This was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled it out. So we got fulfillment. There's like a full moon in the back, which is interesting because probably around the time this gets posted, it's going to be a full moon or right afterwards. And then we have wonders. So this is really interesting because this kind of speaks to almost like miracles happening, wishes coming true, like wishes being granted. Like that's the kind of energy that I'm getting for the full moon. There's like a Scorpio full moon that's coming up, so perhaps that's what we're referring to here. You know, we'll keep going. I'm gonna go to the Light Seers and we'll pull a few tarot cards and see what comes out. Okay, interesting. So when I pulled the deck out of the box, this is what we get. We got the Queen of Cups and the World. So, I mean, right off the bat, like what I'm getting with this, so the Queen of Cups is like very heart-centered, in command of her emotions, but this artwork, like, you know, like her little crown is rising and like there's all this, like I totally get this message of like someone just doing this work on themselves to like raise their vibration. Like that's what I get from this card. So like someone has been doing this work on themselves to raise their vibration, and we get like the end of an era. So it's almost like whatever painful cycle they've been working through and like healing through, like it's like this is coming to an end. Like that's kind of what I'm getting with this. So when I pull down the Queen of Cups, we got the Nine of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. The Judgment, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and oh my gosh, the Eight of Wands and Justice. So like, I mean, I feel like these cards really tell the story that I just said. You know, it's like this person has been working through something really painful, but they've been working on themselves and like working to heal that energy within themselves. Well, Judgment is here, and it's almost like their people have come to sort of like lift them out of whatever the situationship is. So they're getting a message about justice and this brand new fiery, passionate beginning with the full moon. Like that's kind of what I'm getting. So that's an interesting message. Then we got the World. Underneath the World, we got the Eight of Coins, the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Six of Wands. And we got the High Priestess and the Ten of Wands. So what I'm getting from this, like this person that's been doing this work to heal their vibration, it's like almost like they've been manifesting this. They've been working hard and manifesting sort of like a new, like a change for themselves. Like they've been you know, working on this in tandem with whatever healing that they've been doing. Like almost like they've been working on some kind of work opportunity, which is going to bring about a change for them. And they're gonna be walking away from whatever this painful situationship was, leaving it in the past. I mean, it's sad. It's kind of heartbreaking in the sense that there's been a lot of energy and like invested in it. So it's like something that at one time like really meant something to this person, but it's like they're gonna have to leave it behind so that they can be recognized, you know, for their true value. Because it's almost like this person has been getting this download that it's like time to put this burden down. It's almost like they're maybe in a situation where they're not actually being valued for who they are, you know. They actually, I mean, it could be a situation of like, you know, having like narcissistic people around them who are just kind of devaluing them, and like they're not being recognized for their true value. But actually this person is a high priestess. Like this person has a lot of value, you know, but it's almost like they're gonna have to walk away from this situation in order for their value to for them to be able to receive the value. Because there's like, it's almost like there's like super toxic people in their atmosphere, and they won't be able to, it's like it's blocking them from receiving what they truly deserve. So, I mean, this looks like a super big turning point. So I'm going to go to the Gateway Oracle and see what we get here. Because, yeah, this person, it's almost like healing a generational curse or some sort of like long-standing like relationship issue that like they're finally waking up to, and like it's kind of like a game changer. So we got dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of truth. It's interesting because my name is Elisa, and you know that means truth. So it's kind of like and then we have planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. So it's almost like they've been not valued, but it's almost like the situation that they've been in is like almost based on like a delusion. Like it's not in alignment with the truth. Like, you know, like for example, like if you're in a situation where there's like someone in your environment that's super narcissistic and they're kind of delusional and they have these sort of ideas about how things are, but they can't really separate what they want from actually like the reality of the situation, you know. So they're like trying to force this outcome, you know, which is like what they want, but actually it's not really the truth of the situation. So it's like, it's sort of like there's kind of like this turning point. So we'll see kind of how this unfolds, but this is interesting. I'm going to go to the Bianco Nero, and we'll get some on the ground like black and white sort of perspective on what's going on here. Yeah, this looks kind of like, okay, so this just popped out, the Emperor. This kind of looks like a big sort of turning point. Like someone's really had to like go deep within and figure some things out, and they've done that, and now it's like it's kind of upsetting the apple cart. Like that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this, but it's kind of a good thing, you know. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so at the bottom we got the Eight of Cups. So you're gonna have to walk away from this situation where you're not being valued. I mean, that's pretty clear. We have the Emperor. So, you know, it's like this person is being treated like crap, but actually they're the Emperor. I mean, they're the boss, you know? So it's like they don't really have to put up with this. Like, you know, it's just they don't. And so that's why things are gonna change, you know, like this situation is gonna have to come to an end, you know, but something's gonna have to be sacrificed in order for that to happen. And we're gonna have to walk away from whatever this is, because it's clearly holding this person back. We got the World twice, we've got the Eight of Cups twice. I mean, it's like it's clearly time to move on, you know, like very clearly. I'm gonna go to this, which is another Colette Baron Reid deck, because I have like a lot of Colette Baron Reid decks. And this one's called Postcards from Spirit. So this is kind of what I just pulled out. Here's the postcard. It says, "Dear, dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It's easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits and that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you're really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so, so much." So, yeah, it kind of looks like in order for this person to get what they deserve, they're going to have to let go of this situation that isn't serving them. And it looks like it's going to be hard to do that because there's obviously been a lot invested in whatever this situation is right now. So this person, I think, has like a dilemma about that, but it's like it has to happen, like, because it's sort of like it's blocking progress, and it's like it just needs to change, you know. So, all right, we're gonna put this one back. Oh my gosh, there's a card. There's a card that was out that I didn't notice. So I'm gonna read this one too, because it's like, oh, this. It says, "Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times where you might find yourself over giving. Now might be a good time to check in and ask where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people, maybe you. You do not need a this or for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced that you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled." Oh my gosh. That's a really powerful message. It's interesting that that was like totally set aside and like separate from the other things. And it's like there's this message where this person is in this situation where they're not being valued and they're giving, it's like clearly giving too much, and it's like time to receive. Like that's kind of the message that I'm getting, which makes sense because we have fulfillment here. You know, you have to be open to receiving. So, okay, I'm going to end with the Keepers of the Light Oracle card, and we'll see what we get here. Okay, I just got it split, and we got Kuan Yin, care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand, and we got Archangel Michael, trusting heaven, you are safe Angels stand close, surrender your concerns, and allow a miracle to occur. All right, so hopefully those words of guidance will help. It's like there's obviously some movement that's happening, and we're going to have to allow things to unfold. So we'll check in soon. Have happy full moon.